Hello everybody, Shadow SP here, and we are back with more Granblue Fantasy. This time, there's only one enemy left in the M2 series. Yeah, that's right, we're gonna go after Avatar. So, let's get to it. Okay, let's get this Lucifer. And this is this team setup we're going to be running. Alright, so you can see our grid is full of swords. As many swords as we can pack in there. Even the main hand sword is pretty good here. We have leveled up, but we have not skilled up the Harp of the Teachers, so we're missing a little bit of extra HP and a little bit of extra attack, but we should be fine. Our summon package is a pretty standard setup with the Onyx Carbuncle, C2, Nobio. We're bringing Bellringer Angel. I would otherwise, I want to have Bellringer Angel's safety net for an instant kill mechanic that happens near the end of the fight. Otherwise, I would have brought a particularly unusual summon, but you know we'll wait for later to see that one's debut. Other than that, yeah, we're running our main character on Paladin. We're running Substitute All, the damage reduction, and Rain of Arrows for attack down. The defense downs can be handled by Love Live and Albert, and Love Live also will get a two-sided attack down in there, so we can kind of stack up there, get some extra attack down in, and keep the boss's damage as low as possible as we whittle down its 500 million HP. Alright, let's give this a go. So we actually, because we are light, we can summon Nobio on turn 1, which is kind of cool, because we get the extra charge bar immediately. Get the shields, get everything rolling. Alright, we can go ahead and use this. I think we go ahead and do this on turn 1, just to hold up, just to get MC a big giant shield, and we do some of this. Alright. It's kind of nice to get the dark motives cleared off immediately because of Sandalphon auto dispel. I may as well do one of these. I mean, ow, that hurt, but whatever. Something like that. I should probably use this, now that I think about it. just to get the fail back on cooldown. I will say our damage is very low compared to the thing's HP. But unlike with Dark, we don't really have any characters that can speed their damage up particularly much. At least we have our Thunderstruck full. We might as well do the ignition. Because we'll get a full chain this way. I mean, it's not necessary to get the full chain, but it doesn't hurt. Alright, so now that we have the Echo buff, we're going to have to put all of our other buffs on. Get this rolling. Let's go ahead and do this again. Refresh our shield. I know it seems super weird to do, but we might as well do it while we're not using those skills. Because we don't need it. We don't need those skills in this phase of the fight. We need them later. That's the problem. We want them later, but we can't. We don't want to like have problems getting them later. C2. Go ahead and Arrow Rain. You know, one of these four characters thematically really doesn't match the whole situation here. Now, we're up against Avatar, you know, the embodiment of darkness and violent impulses. So who do we bring? You know, we got Albert, he's like a great swordsman. We got Sandalphon, he's the Supreme Primarch. We've got what is this, Muse second years? Some random idols? That's not right. We shouldn't be bringing idols to fight this thing. That seems bad. Alright. Nobio in. We'd like to get to 75% ASAP, but there's not really much we can do to speed that up. I do like how we can do a lot of delays with Albert to keep things a little bit slower than we'd normally have. Because I mean, this boss isn't really hitting very hard right now. I mean, that is one thing that Light has going for it, is its ability to heal. And that's mostly because Lucifer is the summon of choice for Light, and Lucifer is really strong. Even just a level 200 Lucifer is really strong. And we're using 210, so like it's a little bit stronger than that. I probably should have used these buffs. I'm sorry, that's my bad. One of those. Nope. Alright, all of our attack buffs our attack debuffs are missing, but that's not my fault. I've done everything I could. I mean, it's also nice getting the Sunblade and all the like the chaining blind debuffs, and with the uplifts and everything. It does make it hard for the enemy to deal damage, like meaningful damage. This is just a debuff, which we already have a veil, so that's not going to do anything. We're going to go ahead and reapply that veil. We're going to summon Sandalphon, or not Sandalphon, Lucifer. Get the healing going a little bit more on Love Live, because they need it a little bit more. Nice charm. I mean, we're doing just fine. It's just, you know, it's slow. Yeah, so the next trigger is all the way at 25%. Which, I mean, it is an annoying trigger, but it's gonna be a little while before we get there. We're just gonna keep going. Alright, C2 coming in. Let's try to hit our debuffs this time. No on the charm, but we did hit everything else. That's good enough. I mean, there's not much we can do. We have to try to hit the debuffs and just kind of hope that we don't miss every single time. I meant to do that in the other order, but that's okay. That's a-okay. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and do one of these. Apocalypse does damage and gives an attack down, but we already have debuff immunity, so we don't care about that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and Nobio here. Just for the charge bar. Okay, we'll go ahead and do the shield special. One of these. That was horrendous. That's okay though. These things happen. I'm not upset. It's just, you know, it's how it goes. And yeah, Avatar's tanky. It's got 500 million HP. We're gonna be hitting it for a little while yet. We are kind of comfortably in the rhythm right now, but that could change after the 50% trigger. Because once, or not, I mean it's kind of a trigger. It does mean that Avatar gets the AoE autos, which can be quite problematic. Alright. Got to break. Let's do this. Okay, I don't really have much of a thing to do besides just normal attack here. Oh, that's not what I meant. This is what I wanted. Yeah, I do wish this Love Live unit were a little bit better at healing, but that would be a little unfair because they're pretty decent at other stuff. You know, they can do pretty decent debuffing, pretty decent buffing. They can contribute to the charge attack spam strategy. Like, it's hard to complain, really. Yes, I delayed, so I wouldn't be at. I wouldn't have full diamonds when we hit 50%. Alright, so 50%. First of all, it removes all of its debuffs, which is really irritating. Outside of that, we're good. Now its attacks are AoE. It can no longer gain Dark Motive, which is nice. Ow. Yeah, because Dark Motives raises attack and multi-attack rate, which we really don't want to have happening here. Let's go ahead and do this version of things. Sorry, we should do this first. Alright, handled. Okay, we'll do one of these. Hit here. Okay, that's fine. Yep, we'll go ahead and charge attack. Sandal Fawn. Get the arrow rain in. Hopefully that hits. Nope, of course not. That'd be too easy. Albert's kind of getting his ass kicked here. I should probably summon Carbuncle. I probably should have used the delay before I did that. That's okay. These things happen. Yeah, I wish we'd land some attack downs, because we're taking full damage here. But I mean, that's how debuffs work. Sometimes you don't land them, and then when that happens, it really sucks. Especially when it comes to debuffs with really long cooldowns, like the Love Live units have. Let's go ahead and summon C2. I don't really want to use my Phalanx here. Oh, we got a charm trigger. Pretty cool. That does happen sometimes. It is one of the advantages of actually casting charm. Sometimes it stops your opponent from doing anything. I'm surprised that that hit. I mean, it is a nice, big, fat attack down. Which is kind of nice. Let's go ahead and double delay again. That's what we do. I would really just rather not take any full diamond attacks here. Alright, missed our debuffs, of course. I mean, that's how it works. You know, the accuracy on these things does fall off. Okay, let's get in there. So the 25% trigger is the same as the overdrive special, which is a huge number of dark hits to random allies. Part of the reason why we have substitute. Wrong order. Yeah, I think this is what we do. Keep ourselves healthy, you know. So we're not going to have that for 25. But what we will have is Carbuncle plus Phalanx. Assuming that we don't just like completely screw ourselves on this turn. But I don't think we're going to deal 3%. Yeah, not even close. See, now we're in a little bit more of a sketchy spot. Alright, there we go. This is what we wanted. We wanted it to be pretty much guaranteed that we would hit the trigger on this turn. I didn't want to risk it. So with this, we should take 0. And then the 10% trigger is an instant kill. It's a what is it? 100 million damage trigger. So you better have something to deal with that. All right, let's just go. Okay, defense down, not attack down, but at least our damage is relatively high. Ow. Alright, let's delay. And let's go ahead and attack here. Get the blind debuff back on. Alright, Paradise Lost comes out, big damage, big echo. Ow. That hit like a truck. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. Try to hit an attack down. Something like that. So we're gonna do the awkward thing and do this for literally 0 value, but we're gonna use it for play. Something like this should be fine, I think. Like, I don't think we're gonna deal 6% here. We're getting close. And we can't stop the damage from coming out. So we're just gonna have to be ready. If we take one more turn here, we have a lot of safe turns in a row. Because what I can do now is, so I can first summon Lucifer, then I do both my substitute and damage mitigation. Okay, we hit it, so that's gonna do 0 damage to our main character. Because main character is Paladin, and Paladin's damage cap, the cap damage you take is 10k, and we reduced our damage by 10k. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and hit our button. By the way, if we were gonna not get hit, or if we were gonna get hit, if we didn't hit that trigger, we would have done Phalanx on that turn. And or Bellringer Angel on this turn, and then Phalanx on the next turn. Yeah, that would have been how we would have done it. So we have a lot of, like I said, we have a lot of safe turns here in a row. I went ahead and summoned Carbuncle so we could have some extra stability approaching the next charge attack from the enemy. We're going to go ahead and negate it with Elemental Phalanx once we get there. But we have 2 free turns to use while we're moving up to it, so we might as well use them now. Get the Carbuncle back on cooldown. Though we won't get it back before the end of the fight. That's just, we don't have time for that. We've already gotten past the really dangerous mechanic, so we should be able to clear from here. Like, I would be somewhat embarrassed if I couldn't clear from this spot. One of these. Get more charge attacks in, you know. And that's a clear. I'd call that convincing, wouldn't you? Good stuff. Alright. And with that, we have officially cleared M2. Whew, feels good. It's always a nice relief to get another raid tier down. Let's see. I don't technically count Rose Queen as part of M2, but it is in the same tab, so we got that one down too. So it doesn't really matter, but you know, it feels kind of misplaced here, you know. Anyway, let's talk about avatar weapons, shall we? All right. Avatar. Okay, so Avatar has 4 weapons, as do all the other M2s. Their quality varies greatly. For one, you have the Abyss Striker, which is absolutely horrendous. It's got a small enmity and a small double attack and dodge and counter skill. Like this weapon is just straight up bad. It's not like it loses out on being the worst M2 weapon on the basis of the light fist existing, but yeah, this weapon's pretty bad. Next up, we have the Abyss Gaze. This weapon has a medium might, medium crit, and medium double attack. Technically speaking, you could use this to build a crit grid. You shouldn't, but you could. Yeah, it's basically a meme. This weapon doesn't do anything special. I don't hate it as a main hand, but it's not an amazing main hand either. And we've got plenty of sources of blind anyway, just all over the place. Alright, then we are looking at the actual good weapons. Abyss Spine. This weapon is kind of bonkers. So it gives you a medium boost to attack and HP. So it's a medium majesty and a boost to charge attack damage and charge attack damage gap. Now, if you'll recall, the Europa's Harp is the same weapon, but it just doesn't give you any HP. This weapon is really good at making Dark tanky and letting Dark deal really high charge attacks. It's a pretty core for moving forward in grid building, so we're looking to get a few of these. I know for a fact that if we get past Proto Bahamut, you get 2 from the Knickknack Academy. I'd probably want at least 1 over that anyway. So gonna try to farm a couple, see how it goes. Then the last weapon, Zechariah. Has a different charge attack than the rest, of course. Boosts to allies' defense, stackable, and gives refresh. So it's a nice defensive Dark Harp. Just kind of rare. We don't really have that kind of thing available very often. Then it's a big stamina, small HP. It's the exact same weapon in terms of skills as the Shiva Staff, which means it's actually pretty good. It's not used all the time, but for certain setups, it works really well. It's kind of like the Shiva Staff in that regard. You don't use it all the time, but when you do, it's pretty good. All right. Well, that covers M2. Covers Avatar, covers everything. I am going to do some farming now. Off screen. Because I would really like to uncap my summons. Now that will involve moonstones, which are extremely expensive. I really don't want to do casino for the rest of my life, but see, here's the thing. Also, like, I know that the Knickknack Academy gives you moonstones for free after you clear Proto Bahamut and like move forward. There's missions for clearing the M2 raids, and I know it gives you the materials to uncap those summons, but I can't get there yet. So I'm gonna have to source my moonstones through other means. Alright. No point in waiting any longer, though. This has been Shadow SP. Thanks for watching. Signing off.